Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. If you know me, you know I'm pretty weird. And I'm convinced that I'm kind of strange, mainly because I have terrible anxiety disorder. And this could be you too. Hey guys, my name is Blake and I make videos on traveling, freelancing, and web design. And today I wanted to make a video on networking for people with anxiety. Networking can be a really scary thing for people with anxiety because you have to go and show up and pretty much talk to people who you wouldn't usually talk to about your business, and it could be really uncomfortable. So today we're going to discuss how to get over those hurdles and what you can do to increase your clientele, but also at the same time you can really get over anxiety. When I first got into freelancing, I knew the number one thing I had to do was talk to people, and this was it felt like it was a major setback for me, mainly because I knew I kind of struggled with talking to people and really putting myself out there my entire life. I've always had really bad anxiety. I've always felt really nervous around people to the point where I would talk too fast and people just can't understand what I'm saying, and they'll just be smiling. They're like, yeah. So a couple years ago, when I first got into freelancing, I pretty much got immediately into online networking. This was pretty much the height of the pandemic, so everyone was getting into online networking. And I would go to networking meetups either on Meetup or Alignable, and I would just have extreme anxiety. Everyone there was older than me. I was only 19 at the time, and I would just be there like, okay, like, yeah, I have a business and I have anxiety at the same time. So I would go to these meetups and I would just talk so fast. No one knew what I was saying. I'd be like, hey guys, my name is Blake and I'm a web designer. And like, that didn't make sense to anybody. That really didn't show my skills or who I am or what I really had to offer to other small business owners. After getting on these networking meetups, I would just literally crawl into a ball and cry from anxiety, just being like, wow, that went terrible. I can't do this. This is not for me. I should just go back, get a desk job or go to college. All right, so after these networking meetups, I would have so much anxiety thinking I did a terrible job and I was like some sort of failure and I just couldn't get these clients. And I knew I wanted this so badly. And you know, the thing about entrepreneurship or solopreneur or freelancing, whatever you want to label it, is that you have to get out of your comfort zone. And this was really hard for me because, like I said, I had anxiety my entire life. I was so young. I had no like influence or any help from anybody. And I was just there by myself. And I was like, wow, I'm drowning. I guess the number one thing I would say to people with anxiety is if you're looking to become a freelancer or if you're looking to kind of sell your services, this is something that you're just gonna have to get over. And I know that's kind of like a hard pill to swallow, but by working with your anxiety rather than against it, you can really become a brand new person and almost like unlock a level of potential you never knew existed within yourself. So these are my tips for you for getting over your anxiety, getting more clients, and really being able to sell your services. Because, you know, I just wanna say that you're not alone. At the end of the day, you're just on your own journey, and I think this video can help you with that. The first thing I want to say is that if you do struggle with anxiety, it's completely okay. We're all humans, and we all want what everybody else wants. We want to have a successful business. We want to really be able to find the high-paying client and do the work and, you know, get to that next level. So if you do have anxiety, it's okay. It's completely okay to get through your struggles and try to develop a better sense of self, I want to say, and really understand your anxiety so you can get through it rather than over it. So my number one tip for you is develop an elevator pitch. Now, what is an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch is pretty much a 3 to 6 sentence paragraph that you can memorize, really selling your services, but kind of saying like who you are, what you do, etc., etc. So I'm gonna leave a little example of my elevator pitch and pretty much my summary of what I say to clients, just so you guys can kind of base yours off of. I would also suggest that you guys practice off camera. You know, just practice just talking to yourself, maybe kind of what you would say, and maybe look in the mirror and practice talking slower. You know, just being like, hey, I'm Blake, I'm a freelance web designer, these are my skills, this is what I do, these are the amount of years I've been in the industry, I specialize with WordPress and Shopify, and just really memorize who you are, because I think the scariest thing is when you're in the networking meetups, you can freeze and you don't know what to say, and then you get called on, and it's like kind of like when you're in the classroom and you get called on to read in front of everybody and you're like, whoa, this is too much. But definitely just take some time for yourself and, you know, be prepared that, you know, most likely you're gonna have to talk to people, and that's completely okay. But at the same time, just make sure that you're able to speak confidently, slowly, you know, take deep breaths if you have to, like off camera or just before, just so you're really prepared. So to wrap this one up is I highly suggest practice off camera, and then when you're on camera, just go slow. It's okay to go slow. For my third tip, it's really important to remember that practice makes perfect. Continue going to networking meetups even after you struggle, even after you say you don't want to, even after you made a fool of yourself, you feel. Continue to go, because this is the only way you'll get better. And also I suggest, reading up on it, learning more about your anxiety, or if you're an introvert, learning about how to talk in front of others and practice just how to really speak up for yourself. For my fourth tip, I also suggest, it's not about who you are. You don't have to be the star of the networking group. Just be more interested in others, You don't have to be super interesting, or you don't have to put the spotlight on yourself. Ask other people questions, and those are really good icebreakers. So you can ask them what they do for a living, how long they've been in the business, and just let them talk and just smile and listen and be like, okay, cool. Just because first off, people love talking about themselves. Second off, it kind of relieves their anxiety, and then while they're talking, you can do things like breathing, drinking water, and just really being in the present moment. Once you're done networking and the meeting's closed and the 2 hours went, just be proud of yourself that you even showed up. Give yourself a pat on the back and just say, you know what, I'm happy I went. You tried, you did your best, and that's all that matters. And be aware that you can always do better with new meetings. You can always improve. And if you feel you didn't do that well, just try again. It's completely okay. And for the most part, nobody's thinking that deeply about you. They don't really care that much if you're stuttering or if you're breathing weird or whatever. For the most part, a lot of people are focused on themselves. Just be happy you went and proud that you even did such a big accomplishment for you. All right guys, I hope this video was helpful. As you can tell, I have terrible anxiety, which is even making videos like this is pretty hard for me. But I'm really happy that I'm pushing myself to go out there and really try. So I hope you guys could do the same for yourself. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if these tips even help. And if you want to see more, feel free to let me know. Thank you.